outside, warm light falling on the avenue. Everybody's moving somewhere, but I don't have to hurry too. I loosen up my tired shoulders, let the traffic pass me by. There's a little room to breathe now, underneath this changing sky. All the noise I carried with me feels a little further away. The city hasn't slowed down, but I can choose my pace. I'm out into the evening, where the buildings catch the gold, leaving all the hours behind me. I don't need to take them home. There's a rhythm in the crosswalk, there's a softness in the air. I'm out into the evening, and I'm finally somewhere else. Coffee glowing through the windows, someone laughing by the light. Headlights waking one by one now, as the day gives away tonight. No big plans and no direction, just another block or two. Funny how this ordinary city can suddenly feel new. Pink is climbing through the skyline, streetlights flicker into view. Maybe nothing has to happen for the moment to feel good. Walking into the evening, with the sunset at my side, letting every little worry disappear into the lights. There's a freedom in the nowhere, love deciding as I go, walking into the evening with nowhere I need to know. Maybe I'll take the longer way, maybe I'll stop somewhere. Then I can wait a little while. I've got time to spare. Here I am in the evening, under violet tinted skies. All the windows start to shimmer, and the city comes alive. What was heavy in the daylight doesn't feel so heavy now. Here I am in the evening, and I'm breathing easier somehow.
Red light at the corner, people waiting by my side. Long shadows on the pavement, golden windows catching light. I could turn toward the station, take the usual way back home, but the air feels good this evening, so I keep moving on. No reason to be rushing, the day can wait behind. I follow where the sidewalk goes and leave the clock behind. Just one more block before I go, past the cafes down the road. Let the evening take its time, while the sunset leaves the sky. I've been running all day long, now there's nothing pulling me on. Just one more block, a little slow, before I finally head home. starting to glow now. Bicycles passing through. Someone waves across the crossing under streaks of pink and blue. There's music from an open door, a table by the glass. For once I'm not already thinking about how fast the hours pass. The traffic keeps on moving, but I don't have to race. Tonight the city gives me room to move at my own pace. Maybe two more streets before I turn past the windows softly burn. Let the evening settle in, feel the cooler air begin. All the noise I carried through feels smaller underneath this view. A few more steps, nowhere to be, just the city walking next to me. Tomorrow can't wait, at least for a while. I'll take the longer way, just because I like it tonight. One last block before I go. Now the sky is losing gold. Purple settles overhead, and the lamps are waking instead. I can finally leave today, somewhere back along the way. One last block, then I'll head home, feeling lighter than before. Pink along the rooftops, gold still caught against the glass. People fill the crossings while the afternoon slips past. I stop beside a window just to watch the colors move. There's a moment in the evening before everything turns blue. The signs are coming alive now, the air is getting cool. I like the city best like this, half daylight, have something new. Stay here before the blue, while there's color on the avenue. Let the evening take its time, painting every window bright. I don't wanna miss the way the city changes with the day. For a minute, nothing moves too soon. Here before the blue. Tables filling by the windows, headlights stretching down the street. Someone holds the door behind me, strangers passing close to me. Above the wires and buildings, purple settles into view, and every little light below looks brighter than it used to. The rush is getting quieter, at least inside my mind. Somewhere between the day and night, I leave the noise behind. Meet me before the blue, where the skyline changes every hue. Let the traffic roll along while the daylight lingers on. I can feel the whole street change without a word, without a name. Just a little time I want to lose here before the blue.
but I'll keep this little moment before the last light goes. Right here before the blue, with the city opening into view. Every window starts to shine underneath the violet sky. I can't let the daylight leave. There's something waiting underneath, and I'm ready when the evening moves beyond the fading blue.
Five floors up, a light comes on, then another down the street. Someone pulls the curtains open, someone finally leaves their seat. Coffee cups behind the glass, elevators moving slow. All these little signs of living start to flicker row by row. The sun is almost out of sight, but nothing here goes still. The darker that the skyline gets, the brighter all the windows feel. Windows coming alive, one by one against the sky. Little squares of amber light, waking up before the night. I keep walking underneath, watching colors fill the street. Day is fading out of sight, while the windows come alive. Table fills with friends, someone waves from up above. Taxis pause beside the curb, doors swing open, engines hum. Blue is settling overhead, pink still hanging in the west. And every building seems to hold 1,000 stories getting dressed. The evening finds its rhythm without anybody trying. Somewhere between work and home, the whole street changes quietly. The windows glow above me, warm against the cooling blue. Every floor becomes a picture as the evening settles through. Traffic rolls beneath the towers, people disappear from view. The daylight may be leaving, but the city's coming through. The street, so many stories left untold. Now the windows shine together high above the avenue. Amber floating in the buildings underneath the deeper blue. I keep moving with the evening as the last warm colors hide. The daylight's almost over and the city comes alive.
beside the window pane. People hurry past outside while I finally slow my pace. Cup is warm between my hands, bag is resting by my chair. For the first time since this morning, I've got nowhere else to be. Outside, the colors deepen. Inside, everything feels warm. I watch the evening gathering beyond the glass. At a table by the glass, I can let the whole day pass. Watch the headlights cross the street, see the city change beneath. No one needs me for a while. I can stay here with my thoughts at a table by the glass, watching daylight disappear. Someone opens up the door, cooler air comes drifting in. Conversations all around me blend into a quiet rhythm. Purple hanging over rooftops, amber shining from the signs. Every face outside the window moves beneath the changing sky. My coffee's getting colder, but I'm in no hurry yet. There's something about this hour I'm not ready to forget. From my table by the glass, I watch another moment pass. Cars are drawing lines of light through the edges of the night. All the rush is somewhere else, nothing here I need to chase. From my table by the glass, I can finally take my time. Maybe I'll stay until the sky turns blue. Just me and this window, and the city coming through. Still here beside the glass now, the brightest colors past. Every building starts to glow while the evening settles low. I don't need another place, I don't need another plan. Just this table by the glass and a little time to spend.
Step outside, the air has changed, cool against my skin. The sky I left an hour ago is wearing darker shades again. Traffic rolling past the curb, red and white along the road. I fall into the moving crowd with nowhere else I have to go. Every sign looks brighter now against the fading blue. The street has found another rhythm and I'm falling into it too. Back on the avenue, everything feels different now. Headlights running down the street, neon waking all around. I don't mind the longer way, I've got nothing left to prove. Just another evening moving back on the avenue. Restaurant doors are opening, music slips into the street. Someone laughs across the corner as the signal changes green. Office windows far above still hold a little amber glow. I watch the traffic painting streaks of red. I can feel the daytime loosen with every step I move. The night is slowly opening here on the avenue.
Now, silver fading through the glass. Every corner looks familiar, but the daylight couldn't last. Headlights gather at the crossing, warm reflections touch the street. I move along beside the traffic with the evening at my feet. Something changes after sunset, even places that I know take on colors I don't notice when the afternoon still glows. Look at the city in blue, golden windows shining through. Every signal, every sign cuts a color through the night. I could walk another hour just to see this point of view. Everything feels different when I see the city in blue. Restaurant tables filled behind me, conversations spill outside. Someone catches the last train, someone stays a little while. Towers disappear above me into shades of violet gray. And the streets I know by daylight feel like somewhere else today. There's no need to name the feeling, no reason to explain. I just like the way this city changes when it leaves the day. Now the city wears the blue, amber windows breaking through. Red and green across the crossing, moving with the evening view. Every block becomes a picture I keep wandering into. Nothing looks the way it did here inside the city blue. Let the daylight go, I don't need it anymore. There's another kind of beauty waiting just outside the door. Stay with the city in blue while the evening settles through. All the windows glow like embers underneath a deeper hue. I can't feel the night approaching, but there's still some daylight too. This is where I wanna be, walking through the city blue.
I know the train is waiting just a few streets from here, but I turn another corner like I didn't see it there. Dinner crowds are filling tables, close, office doors are closing down. I've been heading home for ages, still I'm walking through this town. Maybe it's the cooler air, maybe it's the view. Something about this hour makes me want to see it through. I'm not ready to go home now while the city feels like this. There's still somewhere left to wander, still a moment I could miss. I got nowhere else to hurry, no one waiting on the clock. I'm not ready to go home, so I walk under the block. Corner stores are glowing softly, people gather by the door. Someone's choosing where to eat, someone's staying out for more. I can hear the trains above me, feel them moving through the ground. But tonight I'd rather listen to the rhythm all around. The blue is getting deeper, the evening moving on, but I don't feel like ending something that's not really gone. I could take the train back home, but I'm staying here instead, following the warmer windows and the lights above my head. There's no reason, there's no plan, just a little time alone. I could leave whenever I want, I'm just not ready to go home. Another corner, another view, a little more night coming through. Home will still be there when I decide I'm through. Still not ready to go home, while the avenue still glows. Every window, every doorway gives me somewhere else to go. Soon enough I'll find a station, soon enough I'll call it done. But I'm not ready to go home till I've had a little more.
The crowd is getting thinner now, more room between the passing feet. Chairs are open by the fountain, cool air moving through the street. I find a place beneath the trees, set my bag down by my side. For a minute I can watch it all without being swept inside. The city hasn't fallen quiet, it just softened, thinned at the edges. All the hurry from an hour ago feels further than I expected. Here after the rush, when everything slows just enough, cars keep moving, signs still glow, but I got nowhere I need to go. Let the evening settle down, let me disappear into the sound. I like the city just this much. Here after the rush, someone rolls a bicycle past, two friends share a paper cup. A restaurant across the square is slowly filling up. High above the the office floors go dark a little at a time, while apartments farther down begin to show their warmer light. I can hear the distant traffic, but it doesn't feel as loud. There's a softer kind of rhythm moving underneath the crowd. Stay after the rush, when the night begins to open up. Windows glowing overhead, blue above and amber ahead. Nothing asking me to move, nothing here I have to prove. There's a calm I almost missed, waiting after the rush. Maybe quiet doesn't mean that everything is gone still. Maybe it's just finding space inside a city that never will. Now after the rush, I can finally hear enough footsteps fading through the square. Cool night settling in the air. All the weight I carried through feels a little lighter too. I'll stay another minute here after the rush.
Passing by a quiet window, I catch the street behind my face. Red lights stretching through the glass, turning into different shapes. People moving in reflection, almost floating as they pass. For a second there are two streets, one outside and one in glass. The darker that the sky becomes, the more the colors show. Things I barely saw in daylight have a different kind of glow. Reflections after dark, running colors through the glass. Red and green across the windows, every moment moving past. I can see the whole street twice, from a different point of view. Reflections after dark make the old streets feel brand new. Headlights slide across the storefront, ember falling on the floor. Someone turns beneath the street lamp, then disappears beyond the door. My shadow mixes with the skyline for a moment in the frame. Everything is still familiar, but it doesn't look the same. Blue is taking over now, the sunset almost gone. Still the city keeps on painting every surface as I move along. Colors moving through the glass, little pieces of the night. Passing taxis, open doorways, lines of silver, red and white. I don't need to know where I'm going, there's enough right here to see. Every window holds another version of the street for me. Reflections after dark. Now the windows hold the night. Every signal leaves a color. Every car becomes a line. I keep watching as the city changes right in front of me. Reflections after dark, showing things I couldn't see.
The colors left the skyline somewhere while I looked away. Now the windows fill the buildings where the sunset used to stay. Footsteps echo down the sidewalk, cool air moving through the trees. I slow down near the corner with the whole street in front of me. I know where I'm heading, I'm just in no hurry yet. There are pieces of this evening I'm not quite finished with. Before I call it a night, I wanna see the city like this. Amber windows, midnight blue. Every ordinary thing feels new. Before I turn toward home, I'll take in everything around. The quiet underneath the noise, the softer side of town. A bus pulls from the station, leaving silver in its wake. Someone closes up a doorway, someone orders something late. Above me, rows of windows disappear into the blue. And I wonder how the same old streets can change so much by view. Tomorrow they'll be busy under morning light again, but tonight they feel like somewhere I've never really been. Before I call it a night, I'll watch the traffic passing by. Red and white beneath the buildings, moving underneath the sky. Before I turn toward home, I want this picture in my mind. The city when it settles down and leaves the day behind. Nothing happened, nothing had to. Maybe that's what made it good. Just an ordinary evening, seen the way I wish I could. Before I call it a night, I'll take the slow away from here. Past the windows, past the corners, through the cool and quiet air. Then I'll finally head for home and let the evening disappear, knowing I was really here. Before I call it a night.
take the seat beside the glass, set my bag down by my feet. Doors close softly behind me, and we pull into the street. Places I was walking through only half an hour ago slide away behind the window in a warm and steady glow. Every corner looks more distant from the other side of glass. Funny how a quiet evening can disappear so fast. Passing by my window, all the places from tonight. Cafes glowing on the corners, towers fading out of sight. I don't need to hold the moment, I can watch it come and go. Oh, the city passing by me on the quiet ride back home. Red lights stop us for a moment. People gather at the curb. Someone laughs beneath an awning. Someone disappears around a turn. Far above the avenue, a few office lights remain. Everything I saw this evening looks a little changed again. Now the streets are getting smaller as we leave the center behind, but the colors of the evening are still somewhere in my mind. Moving past my window, rows of amber, red and white. Every block becomes a memory as we travel through the night. There's no reason to feel lonely just because the day is done. Some things feel a little warmer when you're looking back at them. City keeps on moving even when I'm heading home. Maybe that's what makes it easy to finally let it go. Fading past my window, now the brightest streets are gone. Only scattered lights are shining as the bus keeps moving on. And I can leave the day behind me without wishing it would stay. All the city in the distance, and I'm taking home the day. The streets are far behind me now. The skyline's getting small. Only scattered windows shining beyond the buildings and the walls. I think about the sunset caught between the towers high, how it turned from gold to violet, then disappeared into the night. Nothing ever asks permission before it starts to change. Maybe that's what makes a moment worth remembering this way. When the colors are gone, I can still see where they were. Gold along the avenue,
reflected in the windows. Even when the night moves on, something of the evening stays. When the colors are gone, I remember them this way. All the crossings, all the windows, all the people heading home. Coffee cooling by the glass, and all the streets I walked alone. They were ordinary moments, nothing anyone would say. But tonight they felt like something I was glad I didn't waste. Tomorrow brings another sky, another crowded street. But this evening had a rhythm that belonged to only me. Now the colors are gone and the city wears the night. Still I see the ember windows, still I see that fading light. I don't need the day to stay, I don't need to turn around. Some things leave a little glow even after they go down. Tomorrow find its way. There will always be another evening, but never quite the same. When the colors are gone